Welcome to another requested work solution. We're going to be looking at question 5 from paper 4, May 2014, time zone 1. And this is a navigation and a constructions type question. There's a few different aspects to it, which we love from a great paper 4 question. All right, so let's go down and actually look at the question itself. As you can see, I've got some tools here that are going to be required. In the scale drawing, P is a port, L is a lighthouse, and S is a ship. The scale is 2 centimetres, represents 3 kilometres. So we can see that nice and neatly here. We've got our port, our ship, and our lighthouse, and we've got our scale there. So let's go down. Measure the bearing of S from P. Now the language here is really important. It's the from part that we're looking at here. So we're looking at the bearing of S from P. Okay, so that from P part means that we're going to be measuring from P. So we're going to take our protractor. Now we're going to be measuring in relation to north. Okay, we're going to be measuring in relation to north. So there we go, got our protractor there. And if we have a look at from 0 here, we're going to measure how many degrees in relation to north we are. So starting at north, we're going to go around and we're looking at about 46 degrees. Okay, I can see that's 45 there, and that's sitting on 46. So nice and easy. The first part of our question, we know that from P to S, okay, that's going to be 46 degrees. Put that in our answer box down here. So we've got 46 degrees. Basically checking whether or not you know how to use a protractor and you understand this language, what this language means here. All right, part B. Find the actual distance of S from L. Okay, so I think we're done with our protractor for now, so I'm going to get rid of that. Cut. And we want to find the distance of S from L here. It doesn't matter what side that we measure from, but we're going to need a ruler. Okay. And with these sorts of questions, there is room for subjective use of the tools. Meaning that, some people might like, let's have a look here, what can we see? If I read my ruler here, I've got 8 point, about, I might move this up a bit to the end, around about 8.3, 8.4. I'm just going to say, as you here looks at about 8.3, I'm going to say about 8.4, okay? We've got some room to move here, so I'm going to say that that's about, let's get my pen out. So 8.3, and that's centimetres. I'm measuring in centimetres there. Now we've been told that the scale is for every 2 centimetres, it's equal to 3 kilometres. Okay, so I'm going to divide this by 2 centimetres. So I'm going to divide 8.3 by 2 centimetres. Okay. Because for every 2 centimetres it's equal to 3, so after I've divided by, when I see how many lots of 2 centimetres are in 8.3, I'm going to multiply that by 3 kilometres. Okay, now if you put that into your calculator, 8.3 divided by 2 multiplied by 3, you should end up with something like approximate 12.6. Now again, what's important is to know that there is room, okay? If your rule is slightly different, you're a couple of millimetre out, I've got 12.6 here, but you'd probably still get correct for 12.45, 12.7, possibly 12.8, okay? So don't worry about that. So the answer here is 12.6 kilometres. All right, so that was part B. So again, what's this question trying to do? It's trying to see, can you use a ruler, and can you do you understand scale? All right, so let's get rid of our ruler here. So we'll get rid of that. Cut. All right, let's look at part C. Now part C is saying that the bearing of L from S, remember that language is important, from S is 160 degrees. Calculate the bearing of S from L. Okay, so L from S is 160 degrees. Now, if we're talking about bearings, I'm going to be drawing up my, I'm going to be drawing up that, so we know that that's north there, okay, little sort of compass hairs there. And we know that the bearing of L from S, relative to north, remember, is 160 degrees. And what we're being asked is, what's the bearing of S from L? Okay, so what's this? So this is north here. What's the bearing in relative to north? So how many degrees from here to here? All right. Now what we can do here is we can imagine this is a straight line, and this straight line goes on forever in both directions. Okay. All right. And what we can see here is that from here to here, this is also 160 degrees, okay? But if that's a straight line, we know it's going to be 160 degrees from here, and from here all the way over to there is 180 degrees, okay? So we've got our 160, and then we're going to add 180. So go down here, this is going to be 160 degrees plus 180 degrees. All right, and that will be equal to 340 degrees. Excellent. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop this video from here. So if you have any need any clarification for any of those answers there, please just comment below, and I'll do the rest in part B. Okay, I'll do D, E, and F in part B. So, thanks for watching.